Hey folks, Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. Want to help you get your mojo back. Today is an Oracle day. I won't be here next week on Halloween, but I am here now, and we're going to look at what you are creating for November. And if you look at the images, I want you to pick, whether you're watching this live or in a replay, I want you to choose the magical crystal balls, and you'll see in the first one, there is this house and a starry night inside the ball. The second one has a river flowing near a magical gatehouse and some trees and stars. And the third one is, I don't know, I kind of think of Avatar when I see this third one. Magical tree. All right, it's all magical. Okay, so just tune in to what you think is happening for you, or you could apply. Let's say you pick number one because you're thinking about your wealth, or you pick the second one because you're thinking about your health or passion, purpose. So, or your sun, rising, or moon. Choose the one that best suits you. And we're going to get going. The first to let you know is that if you choose the first crystal, it will be Wisdom of the Oracle, Colete Reid. That's the first image. If you choose the second image, we've got the Shaman's Dream Oracle. See? Shaman's Dream for the second one. And that is also Colete Reid with Alberto Velodo. And then the third one, I misplaced. Okay. Oh, here we go. The third one is the Herbal Astrology Oracle. That is for the third image, keeping in theme with the magical tree, by Adriana Ayales. The Herbal Astrology is for number 3. Okay, so go ahead and tune in to your issue or your focus for sun, rising, or moon sign, or perhaps your, you could pick an image for your health. Let's say you pick the first one for your health, and the second one is for your rising sign, and the third one is for your family. So however you want to parse it out, just think about that, okay? And focus in. So I'm going to go with the Wisdom of the Oracle for number 1 image of the house in the crystal ball. Let me just, oopsie. Okay. And the point is to stay present and be grounded so that you can intuit your own messages from the image. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's beautiful. Okay. So if you chose the first image, this is the card that came out, and it is called Blessed. And it's a number 22 in numerology, and that is a magical being in, it almost looks like she's a mermaid fairy cocooned, and there is an image within the shell. Now, the number 22 in numerology equals a 4, which is work and productivity and organization. But the 22 itself is about combining your higher inner being to help you to delegate so that you draw the collective in and you work together. And when you work together, it's more of a community feel. Empathy is the number 2. And you've got 2 2s here. So feeling blessed is about looking at what you already have and being grateful for it. If you chose the first image right here, we're looking at November suddenly the thing you've been working really hard for comes true or comes through, or the information you've been waiting for comes to you through the collaboration of others. Now, it can be that you have worked really hard on something and you're hoping that sometime in November you see the rewards. And this is a card that says, honey, you are blessed. So this magical being is saying, we're hovering just above the stars, just beneath the stars, above the ground. And we have, I want to say, a coalition. I don't know why. That's the word that comes. And when we're, okay, when you output the frequency of gratitude, you resonate a vibration that brings things to you much more easily. So that's where you want to go when you're thinking about this card. And, understanding that when you're moving towards something, especially with the 22, you're deepening the commitment to either another person, a group, an ideology, a belief system, or you're reaping the rewards of just, skippity doo, whistle while you work, feeling grateful for what you have instead of moaning about what you don't have. So the blessed card for the first image is telling you that if you already believe it's happening, you don't have to work so hard anymore. You don't have to work so hard anymore. Okay. So I'm going to pull a clarifier on this one. Let's see. I'll use my old standby deck, the universal law of attraction. So a clarifier or just a booster card for the 22 on this one is, drum roll. Hey. Hi, Christy. Oh, okay. Intention. So with, I almost dropped the card. With the 22, blessed, a gift is on its way. Absolutely. Whether it's from hard work or just by being you. Let's set an intention. Look at this matrix. That is such a beautiful crystal shape. Water crystal. The intention is to go within and to maintain that frequency. Now, in the United States, Thanksgiving is here in November. But throughout the rest of the world, it's just a matter of, I'm so grateful for this cup because it keeps my beverage warm. It's that simple. I mean, I don't want to make it sound so corny, but if you chose the first one, let's look at this house. It's just on its own, but I just get a sense of companionship and protection all around. And with this intention card, and it is a number 25, which equals a 7, it is about being more attuned to spirituality. Your intention will set your attention on the road toward your blessing. So know that it's coming. Believe that it's coming. Feel that it's coming. Get excited that it's here. And it will show up. All right, I like that. Okay, now if you have chosen, move this aside. If you have chosen the second image with this magical gate to a gatehouse and the tree and the flowing water in the crystal, we're looking at the shaman's dream for this one. Plus, we'll pull a clarifier. The shaman's dream. So go ahead and tune in on this if this is what you've chosen. All right. For those who've chosen, okay. Well, I don't know that we're going to take all of them. I do have to live a life. So I'm just going to, of the ones that just popped out of the deck, I'm just going to see which one. Oh, this one definitely. Drifter. I have not ever picked this card before. I'm going to have to take a look at this one. Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. And that is a boat on the water. So, why is this not focusing? Okay. A boat on the water. And what's happening on the sides are waterfalls all around, experiencing life as it comes. And this is a number 14. So if you chose the second image with the water in it, we're looking at floating. What, floating your boating? Experience. People who experience life as it comes have less worries, less cortisol, and a greater sense of understanding that everything works out in the end. I want to look at what the shaman's dream says about this number 14. What lights you up, experiencing life as it comes, seeking the essence, but not knowing the form. I love that. So it's when the drifter appears. Let me just read this. When the drifter appears, it's a sign. If you could see that, I'll get closer. Sorry. When the drifter appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines holding you to the dock. It's not important to know the destination. Before you set sail, it will become clear as you leave port. Do not wait for a map, as there are none, to where you are destined to go. Yours is your pure love and your intention to be free, even of your own beliefs and perceptions. Okay, this is really interesting because people might look at you and call you lazy, call you non-ambitious. Is that a word? Unambitious. People might, it doesn't matter what people are saying. What matters is that the one in 14, in the number 14, is all about independence. And the 4 is about that hard work, but it pays off when you let go and break it up into a 22. So if they don't feel the same to me, the first and the second cards, but yes, trust and gratitude and feeling blessed are part of the drifter's ideology, if that's such a thing. But when you let go of having to get it all done, my feeling is that you can trust even more that this experience that you're having in November, or as you drift through certain, you know what? Let's make it practical. If you have a behavior that is more like taking charge when you're in a group situation in November, stand back. Just kind of float through the crowd. If someone specifically asks you for help, go ahead and help them. Of course you will. But don't volunteer. And I will tell a lot of clients, especially the go-getter kind of people, type A, is if you're standing in line at the supermarket, and I'm going to pull a clarifier card for this one. If you're standing in line at the supermarket or at the post office and somebody in front of you asks the clerk a question, don't answer. They're not talking to you. Just hold back. So if that's your MO when you're in group situations, coming up with a solution for other people, focusing on their issues instead of your own, do the opposite. Just hang back. Now, if you're the kind of person who is always hanging back and drifting makes you nervous because you need a plan, and you're more in the planning stages instead of the doing stages because you have to know what tomorrow is going to bring, then if you chose this particular image and you got the drifter card, then I would say that it's time for you to let go of the worry and see what happens when you don't plan something and you go freewheeling. You know, you're going to take a trip to the next town or whatever. It's like you don't have to pack a lunch and bring 6 waters with you. Start to trust that there will be a restaurant open somewhere along the way that will have your needs met. You see what I'm saying, right? So let's pull a clarifier on this one, because I've never pulled that card before. And even in that card, there is a planet above the waterfalls that are falling down beside. So you are so safe and protected all around you as you're drifting, to experience life as it comes, to trust more if you're the type of person who has to plan everything in advance, and doesn't think that, the world is a friendly place. Then it's your job now to do the opposite. And again, if you're the type A personality, always solving people's problems, getting out ahead of their issues, stop, say nothing. Somebody says, "Hey, would you like some dip?" And you say, "Sure." And that's it. If you go to a party, if you're at Thanksgiving dinner here in America. All right, let's pull a clarifier for that one, the drifter. Because it's electrically charged internally. There's everything around it is so peaceful. You're just drifting, but you have a purpose. And that purpose is to trust that your needs are met. Ooh. Okay. Rhythm. Rhythm is a dancer. Okay, so we got the rhythm card to coincide with the drifter. Oh, I love this. Okay, so the rhythm card is all about understanding what literally floats your boat. And what gets you moving in a way that feels like, yeah, it's not going against your grain. The moment you feel resistance in any situation, if you chose this image, then I want you to feel um, aware of the moment. Just be so present in the moment and say, I'm going to back up right now. What's my rhythm? Am I vibing with this group, this ideology, this person, this scenario that I'm in? If not, why are you there? I went to a party once a long, long time ago with a friend, and I was so my I am present with how I feel about things. But at the time, it would build up resistance in me if I was doing something that I didn't want to do. It wasn't harmful or offensive or anything, but I just didn't want to be there. And a friend said, "Oh, come with me. You're always like hibernating in your place." And so I was like, "Okay, sure." So I went out and I met some new people, and they were very lovely people. And then 20 minutes in, after speaking to a woman about her job, that I had asked, "Hey, hi, what's your name? What do you do?" And she worked at a peanut factory. So after a 20-minute dissertation on peanuts, I thought, okay, I'm good. I'm ready to go home. So I said to my friend, yeah, I'm ready to go home. And she was offended because she was the kind of person who would go somewhere and stay overnight or just keep going and party hop. That was not me. But the energy that I had then was like, I don't want to be here. Okay. If you are in a situation where you start to build to that, you're already beyond your threshold. Got me? That's not drifting. That's not trusting life's flow. That's not understanding your rhythm. Your rhythm is, I am going to be true to myself, but I'm not going to be offensive about it. So there's no extremes involved in the rhythm. And with this rhythm too, you've got your intuition grows. Okay, let's just put it that way. Your intuition grows. So if you're going somewhere in November, and if you're in America and you're going to a Thanksgiving dinner, or you're somewhere else in the world and you're being invited out to dinner or lunch or, I don't know, a book club or whatever it is, and you're sitting there and you're realizing within a certain amount of time, you're not vibing. You're not vibing with this. Ask yourself to drift. Just drift. Ask yourself to be present, not fight it like I got to get out of here, unless it's just morally reprehensible, which I can't imagine you doing that. But just be present with it and hang out. And maybe it'll give you ideas for the book you want to write or that article or a story you can tell. Or maybe it can help you to tune in, depending on the situation, to your own intuition and start reading people. And then later asking them questions. Oh gosh, this person feels like a Scorpio. Hey, when's your birthday? You know, oh, it's tomorrow. Oh, okay. So when you tune in to the moment you're in and you're drifting through something, it's not about being passive. It's about being present. Hooray. Okay. I hope that was helpful for number 2. Now, if you have chosen, oh, Erica, I totally agree. Good. I'm so glad. And even if you didn't, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, if you've chosen the image for number 3 for whatever reason, sun, rising, or moon, or perhaps health, wealth, passion, purpose, you're going to be picking from the Herbal Astrology Oracle Guidebook. Adriana Ayales. Okay. Now, this is a fairly new deck. I don't use it that often, so I might have to look some things up. Whoopsie. So this is for those who have chosen deck. Image. What is it? Cannot speak. Image number 3. Again with the big piles. Well, I'm sorry, but we're just going to have to pick one. So this one wants to, this one and this one, we're vying. We're in a competition now. 2 cards are like, me, pick me. And I'm going to have to go with this one vibe the most. And it is St. John's Wort Radiance. That's quite an extensive image. Someone's running free with the animals and the cauldron. Radiance. All right, I am going to have to look this up. It is the Sun card. So if you also happen to be a Leo and you chose this, I guess this is your card. Or not. Leo, Sun, Rising, or Moon. All right, Radiance. And she's got a trumpet of a horn. It's a very fascinating card. She's on a cycle. And it's an oval. Oh my gosh, I just saw this. Look in the background. The house is on fire. What the heck? The house is on fire. Fire. Yeah, I need to read this one. This is a number 2. All right. Radiance, Hypericum perforatum, if you're into herbs, which I am. Joy, warmth, resilience, happiness, understanding, manifestation, spiritual power, and protection. Now, if you were to take the herb itself, it can help with depression and to brighten your mood and to equalize some of the chemicals in your brain. St. John's Wort, like the Sun card in the tarot, represents feelings of protection, optimism, fulfillment, prosperity, success, and the dawn that follows the darkest of nights, hence the burning house in the background. The Latin name Hypericum means to place above the altar, and perforatum means perforation, a reference to the holes in the plant's leaves. Used since ancient times as a protective plant against witchcraft, demonic entities, or psychic energy, St. John's Wort was often used in exorcism. Okay, well, St. John's Wort is the epitome of a solar herb. Its blossom around the peak of midsummer day, embodying resilience, vitality, and longevity. It celebrates the multifaceted elements of life, which that's why there's so many elements in this picture, in this image. And it can be used as a remedy against depression, anxiety, melancholy, and viruses. So, well, this is about enlightening your own truth after a rough time. So if you've just been through something rough, my heart is with you. So the rough times that we experience, sometimes we want to feel like a victim. And with the Sun card, of course, in tarot. And now this card that I am aware of, St. John's wort, which is a yellow plant, representing radiance, is helping you to realize that, okay, whatever you've been through, emotional, physical, mental, intellectual, all of it, the sun is coming up. And when we experience something that is traumatic, we hold on to the cellular memory. And the brain, fact about your brain, hope it's a fun one, doesn't know the difference between what's real or imagined. And for every negative thought that you focus on and obsess over, it takes 3 positive thoughts to counteract that or neutralize it. So it's like saying, I spoke to a client not too long ago, and she was having an issue regarding her home. And I said, I really feel, and she was, trying to stay calm, but there was panic in the undertones. And I said, I'm feeling a cycle here. And this cycle goes back approximately 18, 19 years. What happened around that? I couldn't even finish my question when she said, my house burnt down. And I said, oh, okay. So the underlying emotion of losing everything or the home, even though you've built a new life, you built a new house in a completely different state of mind, in a completely different state in the country, you're facing something similar. So when we don't work out an issue that is deep-seated emotional, it comes to us in other ways to tap us on the shoulder, not to recreate the situation, but for some people it does. And I said, I don't see your house being destroyed. I see you having to face something. I don't see your house being taken away. I see you having to face something. So what is that thing that you have to face? And what's the fear talking about? And fear has many minions: depression, anxiety, insecurity, procrastination, arrogance. I mean, the list goes on. I created a list of 77 emotions that stem from fear. And that's only 77. There's more. But if you are experiencing something, if this was your image, and as beautiful as it is, it feels like the avatar tree. Something magical is happening in this tree. If you were to just stand beneath it, and literally, if you could, find a tree and go put your hands on it, give it your love and take its energy, because the grounding you will experience is uplifting. And anytime you face a contradiction that brings you to wholeness, you're in the quantum. Okay? Does that make sense? So I'm going to pull a clarifier. So no matter what you've gone through in your cycle of life, running, owning it, standing up against it, fleeing it, rebuilding because of it, you have the power of the sun in your heart. And that is such a beautiful message for those who've been through something. Now, it can be, you just didn't get the loan you wanted to get that new car, and you're so like your hopes are dashed. Or, when my kid was little, and I would say, and they would say, popsicle, mama. And I would say, not now, honey, we need to eat something green. Green keeps you clean. And their shoulders would go down. They would go, and I go, I know it's tough. But the popsicle is coming. You're going to get it. Let's pick the color you want now. And I always made my own. We didn't do juice in the house, no sugar. But I would use stevia and, I can't even think of all the stuff that butterfly pea flower. I would turn things blue and purple and, so we had fun. But it's like, it's coming. The good stuff is coming. The theme for all of these is trust that the good stuff is coming. This one seems to be the one with the most need for solace or healing or a reframing of how your needs are met by letting go. Okay, this came out again, and I just mixed these cards up really well. Intention. Intention is a big theme today, apparently. And your intention is going to set the attention, because where you put your focus, that's where energy goes. Where you keep your focus, that's where energy grows. So if you are focused on what happened, oh my God, and then that thing happened and I didn't, okay, but you're out of it now. You're not dangling from the edge anymore. You've been rescued by yourself, your higher inner being, friends, supporters, paramedics. You've been saved. Things are working out for you, right? So let's quote the collective of Abraham when we say who comes through Abraham, Esther Hicks. Things are always working out for me. Just keep saying it like a chant. It's your mantra. A mantra means to focus the mind. That's what a mantra means, literally. It's the definition, is to focus the mind. So focus your mind, set an intention if you chose this image on being near a magical place. And that could be in the mirror. Look in the mirror, the magical place is within. And when you do that, the sun will come up and the past will be just that, a memory like last week's sandwich, if you can even think of it, whatever that was. Yes? Now I'm going to pull, I hope that was helpful for you. And I'm sending you love and hugs. And Erica says, St. John's wort is also highly recommended for people struggling with hormonal issues and menopause, helping decrease in hot flashes. Perfect. If it gives you headaches, however, please take note of that. It used to give me headaches, so I stopped it. So thank you for that information. All right, I'm going to pull a card for the collective, and I will not be here on Halloween. In fact, I won't be back until November 14th. So I want you to, in the next couple of weeks, be as present as possible. Make something magical happen and be someone's opportunity. Can you do that? Because when you do that, instead of judging it, you evaluate it. And when you do that, you put love into the world. And that love comes to me. So thank you in advance. Praise. Okay, this is a card for the collective to wrap it up for today's oracle reading for November, which is happening today live on October 24th. So if you're watching this in YouTube or Facebook, I will get to the timestamps as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. There's nothing that wants to come now. Why? All right. La, la, la. Let's everybody focus really hard. What's the final message for today? I'm just going to have to go in and grab one. And two. Latanja. Latanja. Miracle woman. Libran. Extraordinaire. Hoping, sending you all love and light. I'll catch you. Yes. I hope you're well, my love. Okay. So the first one that came out is belief. Your beliefs are going to create your reality. So be very specific about what you believe, because it will either expand your world or limit you. And then you'll be validated of your beliefs by what comes into your existence, because your beliefs are going to bring it to you. And then the second card that came out is attention. So we had intention twice and attention now, and your beliefs. So where you put your attention, as we just talked about, is what's going to put like a spotlight of energy on it so that it grows and expands. So if you are feeling a moment of exasperation, name it. I feel exasperated. Okay. Give yourself a minute or two and then ask yourself, how else would I like to feel? Give yourself that bridge. It's a little choice. Where else can I put my attention? Okay. That was a narrow escape from peril, you're thinking, because, it was a lot. Now we're just going to relax the energy, and then we're going to create a bridge that takes us to a beautiful mountaintop with rainbows. Where you put your attention is what grows. And what you believe in is what creates perceptions, which helps the attention. So we're going in a circle. But it's a happy one, right? It's a productive one. All right, folks, thanks for being here. And I will see you on November 14th. As always, I appreciate you. I'm sending love to each and every one of you. And I wish you peace.